Hi, Joe. Alan Cockrell with ABC, hitting coordinator for the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're going to run through your video today, take a look at some of the things that I talk with my hitters about, and we'll run it through a few times. I'll talk through some things, and then we'll start to draw some lines, and I'll point out what I'm talking about. You know, for me, I think your load looks good. You get into that back leg in a good way. And your hands go back. You get some good separation with your hands. They get back behind that back knee. For me, Joe, the problem in the swing takes place with that stride foot and that front side of the body. When that stride foot sets down, it starts to open up just a little bit early, and as a result, it opens up that front hip, and then all of that affects the bat path. This particular pitch looks to be a pitch that's probably middle, maybe middle, slightly middle away. And when that front side opens up, you know, two things happen. We either cast our hands around that ball and hook it on the ground to the shortstop or third baseman, or the hands and the barrel of the bat drag. And when they do, the barrel of the bat will slide underneath the hands, and we'll hit the underneath side of the ball a little bit too much. So first thing we'll do is we'll just stop you at the loaded position, and I'll start drawing lines and start showing you what positions that I try to get my guys into. Okay, when the stride foot lands, right here, stride foot is completely, totally down. What we look for is good equal bend in both knees. We want both these knees to be athletic. Good bend in both knees. Okay, we want the knees inside the feet, and that's an athletic position, and that promotes good balance. Okay, the next thing that we look for is that the hips are square, and we can see here your hip line is a little bit on this direction, meaning that front hip is starting to open up a little bit prematurely. We look at the shoulders, nice and square. Hands are at a good height, shoulder height. Good separation with the hands behind the back knee. The head, for me, is sitting a little bit on your backside. Okay, we'd rather have that head more right over the belt buckle, which again is an attacking position to be able to attack pitches middle, in, away with the same swing. We're just got a little bit on that back leg, a little bit too much, and the head sitting back there on the back leg. I'd rather see it right over here. But the main reason that your front hip is starting to leak, and this is something that we pay very close attention to, when this stride foot sets down, Joe, we do not want the stride foot to be any more open than 45 degrees. And when we look at yours, your stride foot is at 56. And by opening up to 56 degrees, it's going to cause this front hip to want to leak and open up, and that makes us a good hitter on the pitch that's middle in. It makes it very difficult for us to be a good hitter on the pitch that's middle away, outer third, any type of off-speed pitch, breaking ball, change up. The barrel of our bat is going to follow that hip, so the barrel is going to come maybe to the ball, and then it's going to finish around your body, and we're not going to be able to stay through this ball. So the biggest thing for me is let's get this stride foot and let's set down more at a 45 degree angle, somewhere in that area. That's going to keep this hip squared up, okay? And that's going to keep the hip line from going there. That's going to put our hips like this. Now we're in a position, provided that we've loaded early enough, slow enough, give ourselves some ample time for good pitch recognition, and then we can get good direction to the ball. Right now, with your stride foot opening up, the only direction you can go is to a ball middle in, okay? So as we go forward in your swing, we'll see the backside start to work in. We'll see the front side even open a little bit more, and this ball that's away, we end up popping it up. What we see in the swing is even right here, you know, we're through this ball, but it's away, so the barrel's worked underneath, and then we get into a roll, and as I said, everything follows that front hip. And we can look now at your front foot, and we can see that this front foot is totally open, okay? And again, we want to have it more in this position at a 45-degree angle, and we want the weight on that front foot. We want it to be on the inside part of this foot. Feel all the weight staying on the inside part of the foot, keeping this knee inside this front foot right here. We don't want it to slide forward and get over the top of that. It's just going to create some balance problems, and anytime we start to lose balance or spin on our feet, the balance goes away, and as soon as we lose balance, we lose control of the barrel. So the best thing to do to work on something like this is off a tee. And all my guys, they will anytime they come to the cage, they'll work on the tee, and the reason we use the tee is because we can set the ball in the exact location that we want to work on a particular pitch. And with you, what I would do is we're going to get to the loaded position. We're going to get this stride foot. We're going to set it down at a 45, and we're going to set this tee out here on the outer third of the plate. Even with maybe just inside your stride foot, right here, okay? And we're going to check and make sure that our positions are where they need to be. This knee's inside, that front knee is inside the foot, okay? It's inside here, and that the weight is sitting on the instep or the inside part of that foot. Now that's going to put you in a position to be able to come to this pitch right here, come to this pitch, get yourself into a position to go palm up to this ball, okay? Contact there, palm up to that ball, and then contact here, and then extend through this ball and keep that back going in this direction so that the finish would be somewhere in this way right here. When we open up, even if we do barrel the ball, it's a glancing blow. The barrel will hit it, and then it's coming out of the zone. So we just glance it. We don't get on the back side of it and hit it and then continue to stay palm up and drive through it. Okay, and when we do this in a cage, this is a ball that's we're driving through the right side of the cage. We're hitting line drives. If we pull off of it, open up too much, and we glance it, we're either going to come over the top, roll over it to the left side of the cage, or we're just going to lose the barrel. It's going to come underneath, and we're going to pop it up to the top part of the cage. But this is a drill that all of our guys will do just to feel the position that the body needs to be in order to stay on this ball. And for you, it's all with your front side. It's all with your front side. When your stride foot lands, it's open too much, and that causes the front hip to open, and that's what creates our swing path. We want our swing path, we want our body to be in a position to where we can drive our backside into our front side, and then the hands will connect, and they'll be able to, our lower half will be in a position for our hands to be able to go to the ball in, middle, and away with basically the exact same swing. And the position that your body is getting into with your lower half right now is a position that really only allows you the opportunity to hit a ball middle in, and I bet when you hit one middle in, you probably crush it. But to be a complete hitter, let's get that front side closed up a little bit more. And when I say closed, that doesn't mean this, okay? That doesn't mean where it's straight with home plate. It's more here. It's at a 45, but it's going to keep this hip in there. It's going to keep this hip line here and keep that hip from flying open. It's going to make you a better hitter, a more complete hitter. Okay, bud? Thanks for coming to our camp, and best of luck.